Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Light Future. Putting up some Black Ops 2 gameplay today because I figured that it would be more entertaining to watch than to watch some old stale Modern Warfare 3 gameplay that everybody's been putting up. We got 10 days until Black Ops 2 comes out, so I'm super hyped for it. Bunch of new things that I plan, video ideas wise, and I can't really wait to show you guys what I've been thinking of in my I guess you could call it ingenious mind. So, moving on, this is not my gameplay, it's just some raw footage I found of Hardpoint on Yemen. Now, Hardpoint is a game type that's similar to King of the Hill, I would say. If you played Halo, you could hear the guys coming in on the little voice intercom things talking about, Hardpoint contested, Hardpoint captured. So, that's, from what I can tell and what I've seen so far, that's what this game type is based off of. So, that's pretty cool because I always thought that King of the Hill was a good game type. It was really competitive. It's better than Headquarters, because Headquarters and King of the Hill are kind of like a brother-sister pair type of game types. Headquarters, the thing that I didn't really like about it was just the fact that when your team would capture it, your respawns went away, so once you died, you had to wait until the enemy team got to the headquarters to destroy it. Now, if you're playing against a team of noobs and they manage to, kill your team or something like that, you get to just watch them run around aimlessly trying to find like the last guy, quote quote, that's already dead, before they realize, hey, we need to get over there and destroy this shit. So it's kind of boring just sitting there watching it and spectating it. So this game type is just going to keep it where it's constant battles and gunfights and stuff going on. So that's something that's pretty cool. The biggest thing that I'm seeing about Black Ops 2 that I'd like is just the overall feel. Not the feel, because I haven't played it yet, but like the look of the game, the style of it. They've put it in the futuristic. It's like a futuristic type version of Call of Duty. It's what it is actually, not type of fuck it going on. It looks fresh. The thing with Modern Warfare 3 is that Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 were pretty much similar. I think they just took Modern Warfare 2 and they've tweaked the settings, the graphics they've changed around a little bit, and besides that, it plays out very similar. They didn't really do too many things, like new things, with Modern Warfare 3. That kind of disappointed me. Really, the big thing they only did was just change around the kill streaks. I mean, even with that, the assault and the support packages and specialists, the only thing that was really new was the specialist. The support and assault, all they did was just fucking. They grouped them basically, and they made it where you had to pick between a certain type of assault package rather than just having all the options ready, which I didn't kind of like. How they set that up is kind of lame. Because maybe you want certain kill streaks in one, but you also want these heavy hitting kill streaks that actually get you kills rather than just help out your team through UAVs and EMPs and stuff like that. Modern Warfare 3 was not really a game that was too innovative. The survival mode was pretty much heavily based off zombies. I mean, all they did, they took zombies and pretty much just gave them guns, and they put in like shit where you could buy things, like where you could buy new guns, perks, and different equipment. So that's pretty much all they did with that. I mean, at first it was kind of fun, but I've never been one for those game types. Black Ops 2, they've redone zombies a little bit. Obviously the graphics are going to be better, but they've put it now into that mode where you got all these futuristic ass weapons fighting some Nazi zombies. They've made it to where you could travel within parts of the level, so I guess the levels are bigger, and you could just travel throughout them, which I really like. The new things that Black Ops is doing is just, it's amazing, and that's what I want in a Call of Duty game. I want the feel of it to be there, the competitive game type, I want that to be there, but I don't want the game to be the exact same with just minor tweaks, you know what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, then nobody would want to play it, which that's the reason why I don't really like Modern Warfare 3 anymore, because I'm burnt out on it. I played enough of Modern Warfare 2. The gap between Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2 was huge. The graphics change was huge. The game felt different. All the new things they added to it. And then you got Modern Warfare 3, which is just a built-up version of Modern Warfare 2. Now, the reason being for that, there is kind of an excuse that Infintity Ward had. All that shit happened when it went down between Activision and Infintity Ward. They split. Activision is no longer part of them, and Infintity Ward lost half of their team almost. So you know, they were down, they were short members. They had to hire new members to fill in those spots, and they also worked alongside of Sledgehammer Games to make Modern Warfare 3, which was a team that, you know, they didn't get to work with before. You know, they haven't really had any big projects under their belt either. So they had to work together with new people on a project that, you know, that probably kind of overwhelmed the Sledgehammer team, which, you know, I would see why. You know, you got Call of Duty. You know, designing Call of Duty is just a huge pressure because that is a game that, you know, most people wait on. And regardless of, you know, who makes it, you know, each year the next Call of Duty is going to outsell the previous year's one. You know, regardless of who makes it, you know, regardless of how good it is or how bad it is. That's just how it is. You know, the marketing and the games, the gamers are just so hyped for Call of Duty. It's one of these top-end, you know, blockbuster type games that comes out every couple years. Well, you know, every year because there's 2 different designers. Now, you know, Treyarch is just, they've improved upon everything. You know, the game looks good. They've put it in that futuristic state to where, you know, this is their first Modern Warfare scenario type game. You know, they've always done the World War II, and then in Black Ops, which was, you know, like a Vietnam Cold War era. So now they got all this new stuff, which is their first time going into it. So that gives it that extra element of, you know, just that new feeling, just because of, you know, the style of the game and, you know, how they've modeled everything to be. The kill streaks they put in here are pretty cool. They got like these little UAVs that you launch out. They're like little fucking, look like remote airplanes. And then they got these little hovering helicopter drones that got like guns on the bottom of them. You can fly them around and shoot people. So, you know, they've just done a bunch of things that are cool. And, you know, that's what I'm looking for, honestly, in a game. I just want things to be fresh. You know, I don't want it to feel the same old thing each year because you're just it's gonna get old. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's happened. This game, though, I have really high hopes for it. Yeah, I expect a whole great deal. This game right here is where I'm gonna kind of get back into competitive gaming, which is something that's been a huge part of what I do as a gamer. But, you know, and that's good because in this game, there's been some stuff going on with esports. You know, so there's supposed to be some support with them in this game for doing main stage things. There's been a huge amount of gameplay uploaded for this game, and there's the Gamescom, which was played with a bunch of previous Call of Duty pros and, you know, top names in gaming. They were able to go there and play it, and, you know, there was like 4 hours of footage from Gamescom. So, you know, you got 4 hours of gameplay, like, for a multiplayer, just for multiplayer, months before the game comes out, and it's competitive. You know, that just kind of goes and tells you that there's a focus on that. You know, the sniping in this game looks pretty cool. Another thing I'm excited about, because they've brought back iron sights, so you could take your scopes off your sniper rifles again and just have iron sights like you did in World at War, which that was something I really enjoyed, because going around with just a bolt action rifle was always fun. It kind of brings you back to the basics. You know, you don't have all these high techs like red dot sights and fucking thermal scopes, so it just brings you back to the basics. But, you know, you still got that new and like redesigned edge to it. So, you know, I have really high hopes for this game. You know, the guns they put in here. And this is something I think is kind of funny. I saw this comment on one of these videos the other day, and they were talking about how the guns were too futuristic and unreal. I saw this comment. He said, "Oh, the MP7's in the game. At least there's one real gun." And I was kind of thinking, I'm like, no, you're an idiot. There's a lot of the guns in this game are real. It's just, you got to think, they've modeled the game to be like around 30 years into the future. You don't expect 30 years into the future for everything to look the same of how it is now. So they've had to took real guns. It's just they've modified the looks of them and the sounds to make them more futuristic. You know, that's what they've had to do to make it match this game. You wouldn't want them to take and put World War II guns in this game and have all these high-tech scopes and shit on them. It wouldn't make sense. So I don't, you know, people that complain about that, I think are just, they just want to find something to complain about because they don't have nothing better to do. But, yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. I think this game is going to be really good. I have no doubt that I will like it. You know, if I don't, shit, I'll get my money back. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. You know, a bunch of people are going to buy this game regardless, me being one of them. And regardless if I like it or not, I'm still going to be playing it because, you know, every year everyone does. So, I mean, they're making their money. But you know, they're going to be on top of things. Treyarch has always been one for you know, staying on top of their games and supporting it with updates and finding all glitchers and hackers and banning them and just doing all that kind of stuff. So I don't think there's going to be any problems on release day. There ain't going to be all the mods and shit that happened with the other previous Call of Duties. So I'm waiting, guys. 10 days, you know, that's all we got. Just tough it out for Modern Warfare 3 until, you know, this new game comes around. But yeah. Alright, well, if you watched the video, you know, thanks for taking all this time to watch it. You know, like the video, comment, subscribe to my channel. You know, all those things will really help me out. And also go follow me on Twitter. I will have the link to that in my description, along with the link where I got this video from, just to show credit to the original uploader. You know, just to prove that I'm that kind of person. Alright, guys, well, thanks for watching the video, but until next time, I'm Late Future, and I'm out.